7 signs you've got a strong vibration even demons fear. There are vibrations so powerful that even the darkest forces hesitate to approach them. Most people go through life never realizing their vibration is their shield, their weapon, and their silent message to the universe. You may think of strength as muscles, intelligence, or wealth, but strength in the spiritual dimension is vibration. It is the resonance of your soul, the frequency of your inner state, the unseen power that radiates from you whether you try or not. And when your vibration is strong enough, even demons, the entities of shadow, deception, and despair, feel it. They may lurk nearby, but they cannot attach, because your field burns hotter than their grip. You become like a torch in a world of shadows. They may plot, but they retreat, because to confront you is to be consumed by what you carry. The first sign that you've got a vibration demons fear is that you disrupt environments simply by entering them. You've noticed this. You walk into a room, and conversations change, energies shift, hidden tensions surface. Some people suddenly feel more peaceful, while others grow restless, even angry. Why? Because your vibration is so elevated that it acts like a mirror. It exposes what's hidden. Demons thrive in secrecy and subtle manipulation, but your presence ruins their hiding place. People carrying negativity may suddenly feel uncomfortable, not because you harmed them, but because your light revealed them. Have you wondered why some people seem inexplicably triggered by your presence, even when you've done nothing wrong? That's your vibration at work, flushing out shadows.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
The second sign is your resilience under attack. Demons feed on fear, despair, and weakness. They thrive on breaking people's spirits. But you've been through storms that should have destroyed you: loss, betrayal, isolation, injustice, and yet you are still here, still rising. Every wound you endured became a source of deeper strength. Every time you refused to collapse, your vibration intensified. Demons know this. They fear the one who cannot be broken because their entire strategy depends on fragility. When you transform suffering into wisdom, trauma into power, you become unpalatable to the dark. Your scars do not weaken you, they terrify the shadows because they prove you cannot be devoured. The third sign is your immunity to lies. Demons whisper in distortions. They confuse, manipulate, and twist truth. But for you, lies are like smoke. They dissipate quickly because your inner compass is sharp. You sense when words don't match energy, when actions contradict intentions. This discernment is not just mental, it is vibrational. Your field rejects falsehood like a body rejects poison. Demons hate this because their survival depends on deception, and when you see through illusions, their web collapses. Have you noticed how often you catch people in dishonesty, even small ones? That is your vibration stripping away the masks others hide behind. You are not easily fooled, and that makes you dangerous to the realms of shadow. The fourth sign is your natural authority over fear. Demons are architects of fear. They amplify it, spread it, feed on it. But you, for reasons you can barely explain, often walk straight into the things that terrify others. You may feel fear, but you refuse to bow to it. You carry yourself with a strange calm even in chaos, and others instinctively follow your lead. Fear loses its grip in your presence. This is not arrogance, it is vibration. Your field stabilizes and neutralizes panic. Demons know that if they cannot weaponize fear against you, they cannot control you at all. They fear those who are ungoverned by fear, because that means they have no entry point. The fifth sign is your attraction to truth, no matter how painful it is. Demons thrive on denial. They seduce people into comfort, into illusions, into pleasant lies. But you cannot rest in falsehood. Even if the truth shatters your illusions, even if it hurts, you still pursue it. This hunger for authenticity sharpens your vibration like a blade. The more truth you accept, the more powerful your energy becomes, because truth vibrates higher than deception. Demons fear the soul that refuses to live in lies, because truth is the one thing that dissolves their existence completely. The sixth sign is your ability to transmute energy. Where others absorb negativity and collapse under it, you absorb and transform. You might feel heavy after being around toxic people, but after time alone you process and release it. You don't let poison stay inside you. Instead, you break it down, recycle it, and radiate something stronger. This is alchemy. It is why people often feel healed, lighter, or more awake after spending time with you. Demons fear this because you do not just resist their influence, you reverse it. You steal their food. You turn their poison into medicine. And nothing terrifies them more than someone who can devour darkness and exhale light. The seventh sign is your unshakable connection to something greater. Call it God, Source, Spirit, or the Infinite, it does not matter the name. You know in your bones that you are not alone, that you are anchored to something beyond this world. This faith, this tether, is your ultimate shield. Demons prey on the disconnected, the ones who doubt their worth or feel abandoned by creation. But you cannot be severed. Even in your lowest moments, you feel a whisper reminding you of your purpose. Even when you stumble, you rise again because something unseen lifts you. Demons fear this because they cannot cut the cord between you and the divine. You are plugged into a current they cannot touch. So here is the deeper truth. When you carry these 7 signs, you don't need to fight demons with rituals, chants, or elaborate weapons. Your vibration itself is the weapon. You don't chase shadows, they flee from you. You don't have to declare war, they already know they cannot win against you. Your life itself is the battlefield, and your choices are the strikes. Every time you choose truth over lies, courage over fear, resilience over collapse, compassion over bitterness, your vibration grows sharper. And the sharper it grows, the more the shadow world trembles at your presence. But knowing you have a vibration demons fear is not enough. You must understand why this matters for the entire human story, and why your role is critical not only for your life, but for the collective balance of existence. The next revelation takes us even deeper. The unseen war, why demons target the strongest souls and how your vibration breaks their power. If you have ever wondered why life has felt like an unending struggle, why hardships stack one after another, why people betray you, why your dreams are tested to the edge of breaking it, is because you are not living an ordinary story. You are part of an unseen war, and the stronger your soul, the greater the attacks. Demons do not waste their energy on the weak. The fragile collapse on their own. The average will drown in illusions without interference. But the strong, the rare souls with vibrations that can shift realities, those are the ones they target. Why? Because if even one such soul awakens fully to its power, the entire field of shadow trembles. Demons are not random creatures hiding in myths. They are organized energies of distortion, parasitic intelligences that thrive on draining light. Their strategy is simple: break the strongest before they awaken, corrupt the gifted before they rise, exhaust the chosen before they fulfill their purpose. That is why your life has been filled with battles that others cannot comprehend. It is not bad luck, it is resistance training. The shadow wants to wear you down so you never realize the truth, that your vibration itself is their defeat. I think about it. How many times in your life have you been attacked in the exact area where your greatest strength lies? The one with the gift of love is wounded by abandonment. The one with the gift of truth is surrounded by liars. The one with the gift of healing is plagued by sickness. The one with the gift of vision is blinded by confusion. This is no coincidence. Demons always strike the strength because they fear it most. They hope you'll surrender your gift, bury it, call it a curse. But if you can endure, if you can keep rising, Your very survival becomes a proclamation that their strategy has failed. And here is where your vibration enters. Vibrations are not just abstract ideas. They are frequencies measurable in the unseen world. Fear vibrates low, despair even lower, but courage, love, truth, they vibrate high, sharp, unyielding. Demons cannot dwell in those frequencies. To them, a soul vibrating in truth is unbearable, like fire burning their essence. When you cultivate a vibration of resilience, authenticity, and faith, you don't have to fight demons with force. They scatter at the mere presence of your energy. You do not break their power by entering their realm, you break it by holding your own. But here is the paradox. The stronger your vibration grows, the more resistance you face. Have you noticed that? Every time you level up, new challenges appear. Every time you deepen in wisdom, new betrayals test your heart. Every time you choose courage, greater fears arise. This is not punishment, it is calibration. The universe strengthens your vibration through friction, just as a blade is sharpened against stone. The question is, will you interpret the friction as cruelty or as proof that you are being forged into something unshakable? Ask yourself, what if every trial you have endured was not meant to destroy you but to refine you? What if the betrayals, the loneliness, the heartbreaks were training drills in this unseen war? Would you stop resenting them and start wielding them as proof of your rare role? Because once you shift that perspective, you stop seeing yourself as cursed and start realizing you are chosen. Now consider this, your vibration does not only protect you, it protects others. Many around you are fragile, unaware of the war they are in. When they stand near you, they feel safer, calmer, stronger, even if they cannot explain why. It is because your vibration creates a shield, a radius where shadows lose their grip. This is why some people cling to you, they feel lighter in your presence. And this is why others resist you, they carry shadows that cannot survive near your light. Both reactions are proof of your power. Your vibration is not just for survival, it is for service. You are a living fortress in the unseen war. The very energy you radiate weakens demonic influence wherever you go. And the stronger your vibration becomes, the larger the area of protection you create. That is why you must cultivate it consciously. Every choice matters. Every act of courage strengthens your field. Every lie you reject sharpens your frequency. Every time you forgive instead of hate, your shield expands. And every time you forget, every time you sink into despair, the shadows creep closer. This is not superstition, it is mechanics of the unseen. So when demons target you, do not despair. Take it as a compliment. They only target those who are threats. If they fear your vibration, it is because it dismantles their schemes. And if they keep coming after you, it is because you are already carrying the power that makes them tremble. The war is not about eliminating shadows completely, it is about ensuring they never dominate the light. And for that, your vibration is the decisive weapon. Now we must go even deeper. If your vibration terrifies demons, what exactly are the qualities that make it so untouchable? What are the specific ways your energy works as a weapon in the unseen realms? That is what we will reveal next. The 7 weapons hidden in your vibration that make the darkest forces tremble. There are tools that no blade can cut and no ritual can summon, hidden abilities encoded in your very resonance. When you cultivate them, your vibration becomes a battlefield arsenal and the shadow finds no foothold. These 7 weapons are not external objects. They are qualities you practice until they are embodied. Each one is lethal to the dark for a different reason, and together they make you a force that even demons hesitate to approach. The first weapon is crystalline clarity. Clarity is not mere knowledge, it is the refusal to be befuddled by noise. It is the capacity to see the root beneath the story, to look past spectacle and decode intention. Demons feed on fog, on mixing truth with half-truths until meaning dissolves. your clarity dissolves their camouflage. Practically, cultivate clarity by simplifying, ask direct questions, insist on facts over feelings when decisions require them, and practice a daily 5-minute quiet that sorts signal from static. The clearer you are, the less room shadows have to hide. The second weapon is compassionate ferocity. This sounds like a paradox because it is one. You wield tenderness with the same intensity you wield truth. When darkness is met with hard love, firm boundaries wrapped in genuine care it cannot coerce. Demons prefer warriors who swing a sword of condemnation. They cannot pass one who holds both steel and balm. Train this weapon by practicing corrective kindness. Confront what must be confronted, but anchor it in a desire to heal rather than punish. The third weapon is sovereign boundaries. A high vibration is not a permissive field. It has borders that are felt and respected. Demons attempt to bridge boundaries by stealth through guilt, shame, obligation. Your ability to say no without apology is a frontier they cannot cross. Build this muscle in small ways, protect your mornings, limit draining conversations, and refuse silent compliance. Each no you claim tightens your field and starves shadow of consent. The fourth weapon is presence, the unblinking now. Presence is attention turned into armor. It is the steady center that watches storms without being swept. Demons attempt to scatter attention, to fragment you into reactivity. When you practice presence through breathwork, grounding, or conscious listening, you inhabit a frequency they cannot easily perturb. Presence is contagious, others stabilize when you stand grounded, and that collective steadiness shuts down predatory frequencies. The fifth weapon is discernment, the subtle art of sensing alignment. Discernment is more than suspicion, it is energetic literacy. It's the ability to feel whether a person, idea, or situation harmonizes with your core. Demons rely on mimicry, appearing noble while harboring rot. Discernment develops by testing, observe outcomes over promises, watch patterns rather than single acts, and learn to trust the quiet body feel that accompanies truth. The more you practice, the faster you detect dissonance and the less opportunity shadow has to spread. The sixth weapon is radical forgiveness. This is not weakness or forgetting, it's strategic liberation. When you forgive truly, you remove hooks that shadows use to bind you, grudges, narratives of victimhood, energy invested in revenge. Forgiveness reclaims your life force. It doesn't excuse wrongdoing, but it refuses to let it anchor your field. Practice forgiveness as an act of sovereignty. Separate justice from bitterness. Pursue repair where possible, and otherwise release what serves only to tether you to the past. The seventh weapon is unshakable purpose. Nothing provokes the dark more than a soul anchored in clear why. Purpose aligns your choices, focuses your attention, and charges your field with irresistible intent. Demons can mislead the aimless, they cannot seduce the devoted. Hone purpose by clarifying your non-negotiables, what you will protect, what you will not trade, what you were born to do. Review this weekly. Let purpose be your lodestone when storms come, it will point you home. All seven together are not abstract virtues. They are practices. Try this micro-protocol. Each morning, spend 2 minutes on clarity, write the single most important task, 1 minute on boundary, name one thing you will refuse, 2 minutes in presence, deep breaths, and 1 minute rehearsing your purpose. Do this daily for a month and observe how your field changes. You will notice fewer manipulative entanglements, more people aligning with you, and a quieter inner thermostat. Ask yourself right now, which of these weapons feels the most raw inside you, unfinished, unpracticed, or even feared? Which one, if sharpened, would change the way the world responds to you? The answer points to your next crucible and your next level of protection. The final trial of a soul whose vibration terrifies darkness. There comes a moment when all the signs converge, when every lesson we've carried through storms and silence is put to the test. To know you've got a vibration so strong that even demons fear. It is not about boasting or labeling yourself as untouchable. It's about recognizing that life will keep placing you in situations where your energy, not your words, not your titles, not your possessions, but your raw frequency, becomes the decisive force. The final trial is always about whether you can sustain your light under pressure, whether your field holds when everything around you tries to bend or break it. The truth is, demons don't actually fear you, they fear what you stand for, the embodiment of what cannot be controlled. You are proof that shadow's influence is not absolute. You are evidence that wounds can heal, that chains can be broken, that silence can roar louder than chaos. When you walk into a room and the energy shifts without you opening your mouth, when people find themselves confessing, softening, or even retreating, you are seeing the proof that your vibration has become a shield and a mirror. Demons can only cling to what resonates with them, and when your resonance is so clean, so high, so unwavering, they are exposed and expelled without effort. But here's the paradox. The stronger your vibration becomes, the more subtle the tests. Early on, the attacks are obvious: sudden anger, conflicts, manipulative people, dark dreams. Later, when you are steady, the challenge arrives cloaked in light. It comes in flattery that tempts your ego, in distractions that look like opportunities, in relationships that appear nurturing but siphon your essence. This is why vigilance becomes the final discipline. Ask yourself, do I truly sense the hidden cost of what I'm engaging in? Do I feel expansion or contraction in my core when I step toward this path? The strong vibration is not just defensive, it's also deeply wise, constantly adjusting to keep you aligned. In the end, what demons fear most is not your resistance, but your freedom. You are free in a way that is contagious. Free from needing approval, free from clinging to outcomes, free from the invisible hooks of shame and fear that keep most of humanity in loops. Freedom is vibration at its purest, and freedom is disruptive to any system built on control. If you want a practical takeaway here, it is this: each time you choose freedom by saying no to something toxic, by forgiving instead of binding yourself to anger, by acting from authenticity instead of image, you amplify that resonance. Do it enough and your aura becomes an announcement: this field is sovereign. Nothing parasitic may remain here. So think of yourself like a flame. A candle doesn't chase shadows, it simply burns and the darkness recedes. If you carry your flame consistently, you never have to fight demons head-on, they scatter naturally. Your only real battle is whether you will dim your light to make others comfortable, whether you will doubt your worth and snuff yourself out, or whether you will continue burning brighter even when misunderstood. That choice determines whether your vibration grows strong enough to terrify darkness or weakens into something forgettable. So I'll leave you with a question, perhaps the deepest one of all. If you knew your vibration was not just personal but planetary, that each thought, each boundary, each breath of presence you practice shifts the collective balance between shadow and light, how would you live differently starting today? Because the moment you realize demons already fear the frequency you carry, you stop living for survival and start living as a living proof of liberation. And that, my friend, is the ultimate sign you've become the one they cannot touch.